In today's video, we're going to show you how to remove your motor. Our first step, we need to remove the cabinet. And to do that on this machine, it's very easy. We just need a putty knife that we're just going to install between this seam between the cabinet and the upper console. So that'll allow us to flip the console back so we can get at the clips that hold the cabinet in place. So now we'll just release the catch on the other side. That'll allow the console to flip back. Now this machine also has a lid switch with a wiring harness that we need to unhook just by pressing that tab. And pull that harness off. Now I'm just going to take a blade screwdriver, put it down into the latch, and unhook it. So now we'll remove the same catch on this side. Again, just putting our blade screwdriver in, prying to the back, and release the catch. With that catch removed, we can now remove the cabinet from the machine simply by tipping it forward. And taking it away and set it aside. Our first step, obviously we had the machine laying down on its back for it to be easier for you to see. And on this model, it's a fairly straightforward process to remove it. Just the pump to come out of the way and the clamps to come off the motor, as well as your electrical harness. On your machine, it may be mounted a little bit differently. The pump may not be attached directly to your motor. It may use some sort of a bolt to hold your motor instead of clamps. But in whichever version you have, it's typically pretty straightforward. So in this one, we're just going to release the clamps that hold the pump. Lift our pump out of the way. Now we need a 1/4-inch nut driver to remove the 2 screws that are holding the motor. But before we take those out, we'll just release our wiring harness just by pulling the tab back and wiggling it out of the connector. The nut driver will remove the 2 1/4-inch screws. And these screws simply lock the retainers for the motor in place so that any vibration or jumping around, they don't pop off. Now we'll just take a small screwdriver and we'll pry up on one of these locks. We'll just take that clamp out of the way. With one released, we're just going to raise and tip our motor. That'll take the tension off that clip so we can remove it. Tip the motor this way and it'll pop out of the slot and we can set it to one side. So now with our pump out of the way and our clamps removed and our wiring harness off, this motor will just lift right out. And that's how easy it is to take the motor out of your washer.